Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to look at this power supply from Asus, the ROG Thor 1000 Platinum 2. As we can see in the name itself, this is a 1000 watt power supply with an 80 plus platinum certification, with basically a 0 dB fan, and it has an excellent OLED display with some RGB on it, because yeah, why not? This isn't a deep technical dive on the components. I don't have all the equipment to do all the detailed tests, so this is more a general overview of the specs and the features, including the installation. But before going into some details, let's unbox it and check what's inside. Once opening the box, on the left we can find this little plastic bag with some accessories and manuals. There are these nice velcro ties for your cable management. Some cable combs from Cable Mod. You can use them for the 24-pin cable and the PCIe 8-pin cables. Then this little adhesive logo. Asus includes also a 20% coupon discount if you want to buy some personalized cable at Cable Mod, then the 4 screws, some zip ties, and the multilingual manual. Then there is the bag with all the cables. We will get to the cables in a minute. And underneath that, the 2 power cables. So let's go into some details on the main cables. The 24-pin, the APS 8-pin, and the 8-pin PCIe cables are sleeves for easy cable management and installation. So there are a total of 1 ATX 24-pin, 2 APS 8-pin, and 6 PCIe cables, so you can connect easily all your devices. I have to say the quality of the cables is well done. I'm not sure, but seems that Asus has collaborated with Cable Mod for making these cables. These sleeve cables at least. Asus includes here also the new Gen PCIe Gen 5 cable for the upcoming GPUs, which in this specific power supply can deliver a maximum of 450 watt, but in the 100 watts power supply should deliver up to 600 watts. Strangely, this isn't a sleeved cable but a normal flat one. Moving to the other cables, these are normal flat cables. There are 3 SATA cables with 4 ports each, so we can power a total of 12 SATA devices, and 2 molecs for a total of 6 devices if you have those 2, and the addressable RGB cable. Once unboxed the power supply, we can notice this stunning glass mirror side, when there is installed a 2-inch, I believe, OLED display. And next to it there are some RGB lights, including the Asus ROG logo. So if you have a case when the PCU shroud is open, this would look really good on it. Moving into the top of the power supply, there is the 135mm fan. This is a 0 dB fan that you can simply activate or deactivate by pressing the button on the back of the power supply. The texture of the grid is nice. One strange thing you might notice here is that the fan is on the top instead of the bottom, as many other power supplies. This is an unusual choice by Asus, but considering the particular heatsink inside and the overall dissipation plus the cybernetic certification, this is not going to spin unless you reach 500 watts of power draw. This might not be a problem, but you should consider it depending on your case. Then aesthetically in the corner there is this kind of transparent triangle with the Thor name on it. Moving on the other side, nothing special here, just the name of the power supply with the ROG logo. So this is not exactly the side to show on an open PCU shroud. On the back there is the grid with these little hexagonal holes helping dissipate the heat, and the 0 dB button, the switch, and the usual Republic of Gamers name log. Now moving underneath we have all the specs, and particularly the 12 volts rails. As we can see here, the output is for a max of 996 watts. In terms of power delivery, fan and heat, I tested it for about 1 hour with an RTX 3090 and a 5900X, both overclocked. And the power supply handled all the power load easily, and I barely was able to hear the fan. Maybe a couple of times I saw it spin, but for a few seconds really. The ROG Thor is based on the same unit as the Seasonic Prime PX, so in terms of quality this is the best in this segment. Let's jump to the ports. Here there are the ports for the ATX 24-pin for the motherboard. A total of 8 ports for the 8-pin for the CPU, GPU, and so on, and the addressable RGB port for the RGB logo next to the display. At the end, the 6 ports for the other peripherals. Here are my final thoughts about the Asus ROG Thor Platinum 2. This power supply is really one of the best you can get. It is based on the Seasonic Prime PX, so here really we are talking high quality. It is certified 80 plus platinum, which means a high efficiency that will allow this power supply to be used even in the most demanding builds. Maybe, considering all the specs, an 80 plus titanium certification might have been the perfect touch. It has a warranty of 10 years, except for the display, which is only 3 years. Strange choice. Speaking about efficiency, the 0 dB fan makes this power supply absolutely silent, even in intensive use. Surely, Part of this silent operation is because of the special ROG heatsink. Asus has done a good job here. The unusual thing to mention about the fan is the strength position on the top instead of the bottom, like the 99% of the other power supplies. So keep in mind that. In the end, let's talk about the display, which is probably one of the reasons some are getting this power supply. The OLED display is amazingly well done and visible. I installed it into the shroud of my 7000D, which has a black tinted little window, and also the case glass is black tinted, and I can still see it clearly through both of them. If you like it, there is also some RGB next to the display for just a touch of extra lights. What I didn't like here is that the watts displayed are the watts you are getting from the wall, not the ones that actually the power supply is providing to the system. Considering the price of more than $300 and the overall premium quality of the rest of the components, some more customization on what to show on the display should have been a nice thing to have. That's all for the review of the Asus ROG Thor Platinum P2. If you enjoy watching this video, I would so much appreciate if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.